Last time on D&D. So the group managed to get to the town of Wrightburg, which is a logging town that is on the outskirts of the Great Vale Forest. Recently, that town has been under troubles as monsters and creatures have been pouring from the woods and have been making the lives of the people that live there torturous and awful. So you're heading to the Great Vale. The party is currently in Wrightburg, and you have just fought off a team of werewolves, or at least what appeared to be werewolves, from the center of town. I think
and Karis almost died, but
Karis
did, and then came back?
Karis did.
Karis did die, yeah.
Was dead.
This is true. Karis was struck by an errant swing of a scythe and nearly bisected. But
no one's to blame here.
Her strange tattoos...
the cards are to blame.
I'm not pointing any fingers.
Cards. Definitely cards.
Cards. Only cards. And
yeah.
and something about her strange tattoos pulled her back from death.
As a player, I'm just saying, we should just skin her. Get rid of the problem.
Good luck. Sorry, Karis, we're just gonna flay you alive. It's okay. We'll cast heal. We'll cast heal on you afterward, and you'll grow new skin.
That's the plan. Yep.
No, it's not.
Yep.
I mean, it's one.
It's a plan.
It's a plan. It's a plan. Maybe it's.
I didn't say it was a good plan.
Maybe it's not the plan, but it's a plan.
Yeah, that's definitely how I would.
I'm trying to think of my options here.
How many plans do we have? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Number one plan.
Alright. Plan number 1. Flay Karis alive. Okay.
Well, I can't just kill her. She'll come back to life.
Yeah.
You could also just not kill her.
No, I need to get rid of the tattoos.
Evidently, that's not going to do it.
No. Killing her is not going to do it.
Well, then the
Skinning
tattoos
her,
will be evil, and then the skin will just kill you.
And we'll burn it, and we'll keep burning it, and then we'll bless it, and it's fine.
Yeah, that's how that works.
So, did we just all wake up? Or is it just the morning? And we're getting ready to... Oh, we're heading out, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah, the party was leaving and heading deeper into the forest. Alright, so we go and pull up the map for you.
Num num num.
Okay, and just as for consistency's sake, the time is currently 10 a.m., Thursday the 24th of January, the year 763. Alright.
Oh, God. Oh.
Sol has less than 2 months. It's great. Oh, this is good. That's 56 days, I
should have told him the summer.
55 days, somewhere in that range. Oh, this would be great.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, wow. Alright, so, party,
55 days to find out how to death-proof Soul.
Yeah.
Why do you all think I'm going to die?
No, but that's the objective. If I can prove that you won't die, then you won't have to hide.
That's true. Okay, do it. But don't kill me.
I know how to death-proof you.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like it.
No, Karis wouldn't.
Well,
we already had that.
I'm going to try and find out from our top researcher in the field before I move forward with that. So, we'll find out. But let's do so, the character.
Alright. You guys are heading out of Wrightburg into the Great Vale. Was there anything you wanted to do before you left or on the way to, in particular?
No, we're fully rested. Just checking, right?
You should be. Let me see here.
Yeah, it looks like it.
There are some combat buffs still on for the previous combat, so let me quickly remove those.
I don't know if I should be rested. I would like to be, but I probably am not.
Alright. I don't think anyone has anything planned before we leave, so I guess we're just heading to the Vale, right?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Okay. To the Vale.
To the Vale. Get my hunting hat. Monster hunting hat.
Okay, so as the party leaves, Karis is going to approach Lovette and have a short conversation. One moment. So Karis is going to pull you aside and ask if you have any qualms with helping her obtain a body. She needs to replace Alpha, and having replacing Alpha with an ogre is probably not the most inconspicuous way to have a guardian. So she needs to acquire a human corpse.
Really? How long are you willing to wait?
She has a bit of a 100-yard stare, and she's like, the sooner the better.
I'd rather not just pick someone at random. But there was a small chance that Vera and I might procure one when we get back to Hartenshin.
She nods, sort of non-committally, and then goes back to her position in the party.
If we come across one, I won't tell anyone. Let's put it that way.
She gives you a half-hearted thumbs up. All right.
We're walking because we can't have our horses in the forest, right?
Yeah, the terrain would be somewhat difficult for a horse, so it's probably
Okay.
best to walk.
Does Archie have his dog with him?
If you want Archie to have his dog with him,
No, I was going to ask if we could find... If there's anyone... Well, does there seem to be anyone trustworthy in town?
I mean, Bert Burkoff will
They
take
all
the
love
dog.
you.
Yeah, I was gonna
They
say
all love us. But
I don't know
Lovette's
if-
like...
I don't know if I can go that far, but
She's like worried that they're going to be in like paranoid about dogs mode.
what, you think Bert Burkoff is going to eat your dog while you're away for an hour?
No, wait, who? No, I don't... Well, not until you brought it up.
Does this look like the kind of man who would just eat a random dog?
I mean, kind of.
That's a man that looks like fucking Santa Claus.
It looks like if Santa Claus is pushed too far.
I think, unfortunately, that's
if
Santa
if
Claus.
Santa Claus
who,
had to go on.
That's
Uh,
Santa Claus who works at Walmart.
I was going to say
So we
that
can-
this was Santa Claus that has to personally punish the kids on the naughty list.
So we
this
can
is-
just say
Isn't that Krampus?
Lovette left the dog with Bert,
Okay. The party,
right?
But I'm like, if we don't have our dog when we get back,
the party
we
leaves
don't have
their
it.
puppy with Bert Burkoff. So, you guys are walking south of town toward the Great Vale. Go ahead and mark that on the map. It's fairly chilly out. Like, it's a nice brisk day. 24th of January, early morning. It's
We all have long sleeves.
Yeah, it's the temperature's hovering right around freezing.
No, we don't.
Your breath
So
is
30 degrees Fahrenheit. Is that considered freezing then?
the freezing point in the Fahrenheit system is 32 degrees.
Oh, well, yeah. That's nothing.
So your breath
It's
hangs
like that
in the air,
right now.
and the sun is sort of dimly cutting through a relatively thick cloud cover. So it's sort of dim out today. The woods aren't
Okay.
helping because the trees are fairly thick, grown together, and the forest, while healthy, is still very ancient. So there's a lot of trees growing on top of each other in here. So if you don't keep your bearings too closely, you could lose your way. Now, luckily, the ground is cold enough that your footprints are easy to tell where you're stepping.
That, and we have an amazing druid who has a great survival check.
Didn't I fail it in the Deadlands?
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, we role-played it, but that was pretty...
But now it's so much better.
It's true. You've
Level
come a long way.
6. That's all I get.
That's true, I do have one more point in it.
God damn.
Alright,
Anyways,
so is there any place in particular of the forest you're trying to get to, or are you just wandering the forest till you find something?
Does Vera have any, did they get any dreams, was it? Of, the location, visually?
Of the specific exact location, yes, but not how to get to it. The details
Okay.
were semi-fuzzy.
so it'd be more of a feeling of where you're going, I guess.
I mean, I guess we could always just, go through and just see if I can find something that looks familiar.
Okay.
Sounds
We're
good.
looking for the Stonehenge thingy, right?
We're looking for some kind of rune.
That looks
Alright.
like Stonehenge.
Why does it look like Stonehenge?
Because that's how it was described. It was pretty
No.
much just the way is
I think they're laid on the
stones stacked on top of each other, right? Right?
I'm pretty sure.
That's what I understood from
Yeah,
it.
so what was described was that the druids have a circle here. There's
Yeah.
a druid circle in this forest with a Trilothian Gate. So there is a litho gate here. So yeah, there is a circle of stones somewhere in this forest that acts as their hub of their circle.
Stonehenge.
Yeah,
No,
roughly.
like circling the
Sure.
ground. Oh, sure.
But I think that's different than what Vera is.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
really?
true.
I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Vera's
'cause
looking
I'm-
for something different.
Yeah, I'm looking for a rune from Mellifera's path.
Oh. I assume it's at stone.
Could be.
All right, let's look for your rune, because we're here for you, boo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
All right. One moment. I need to take Screw Loose to a different channel.
Oh.
Hey, buddy.
Uh-oh.
So, let's see. You're, you haven't fed in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little bit more insistent. So,
You're gonna do this while I've had a couple.
oh no, I'm just letting you know it's getting bad. So you don't have to do anything yet, but
Okay.
it is gonna. The penalties on your character are gonna go from -1s on every stat now to -2s on every stat.
Oh.
You're getting a little bit tired, I think is probably a way to put it. Also,
See the problem, though. Yep.
you're far enough away from like any population centers that you start to feel kind of lethargic. Like you're kind of you feel yourself slowing down both physically and mentally.
Oh, well then.
Haha,
Haha. I have prepared then.
that's true. This is roleplay. That's
This
a
is-
roleplay aid you're drinking.
Okay, so I need to talk to Karis, see what... Because my guess is that lesser souls don't count.
Okay, well you can always ask her as you guys are walking. Do you want to do that now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, yeah. Well, let's... As we're walking, I try to, as clandestinely as I can, ask Karis about
Okay.
the hunger and that
All right,
sort of stuff.
hold on just one second. You wait here. I'll be right back.
Yep.
Can I get a perception check from everyone else?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Cool.
That's gonna be Archie too.
Just need some perception.
please,
good at
please.
That's a-
Perceptions.
It's at 21.
24 for me.
21, 24. Okay, cool.
And
So, and then 12. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So it's not too terrible to notice, but Vera, Soul, you both notice that Markus he attempts to be subtle and talk to Karis away from the party without anyone noticing. The two of you notice. All right. I'll be
Yeah,
back.
especially because his stealth is a fucking 9.
Yeah, I'll be back. Okay.
Well, that didn't work.
Not as well as you had hoped, I'm sure. So anyway, you kind of pull her aside. Well, you get her attention, and she kind of looks at you with kind of a weird... She kind of regards you as, well,
Like
we'll
a
say
cockroach?
respect out of fear, I think is probably a way to look at it.
Okay.
You can tell that
Alright.
she regards you as something that is dangerous, I guess is a way to put it. Like she doesn't
A feral
like
dog.
kind of she doesn't hate you and she doesn't pity you. You get the feeling that she probably doesn't regard your feelings much at all, but she definitely sees that you are capable of some dangerous feats of power. Anyway, that aside, she does like step back and say, "What do you want?"
I want to know, is there a way to stave off the hunger? Specifically, would potentially consuming lesser souls, such as animals, would that be a way to maybe not combat any hunger, but at least to prevent it from growing?
She thinks on that for a minute and then says, "I don't believe that it works that way, but you can try and see if it would help." But
Okay.
I think what you need to survive isn't found in animals.
Damn. Okay. Just planning for the future, just to make sure. I don't want to create a situation. I want to, essentially, I want to make travel with me as safe as possible.
That makes sense. I will think on this, and if I can think of anything helpful for you, I'll let you know.
Thank you. Outside of, outside of killing me outright, of course.
Of course. She stares at you unblinkingly.
For somebody who's been dead you'd figured she would understand me a little bit better.
Is that an aside as a player?
That's an aside as a
Okay.
Oh, I mean, I actually, you know what? I asked her. So, you died, correct?
She nods.
Did you see it? Was it nothingness? Was it just black?
She shakes her head no.
What was it?
Imagine a maelstrom of enormous size, siphoning energy and souls into it. They were coming from everywhere and moving to one central point. I was anchored to the ground. I couldn't pass on, but everything else around me was flowing. I was like a stone in a storm. It was.
You were essentially a boulder in a raging river. Everything passing you by, but you were stuck.
She nods. Something like that.
As an aside, that wasn't what my character felt, correct?
What?
That's when Garvin, apparently. That's not what he experienced.
From what part? At what point?
From my memories, from the dream that I had from his thing. That's not what he felt.
No.
It was just you saw me essentially.
No, the memories you have of Garvin are everything that happened up to the point where you ate him. So
okay.
You don't like Garvin did not pass on to the next world. So those memories aren't like that. That memory doesn't exist. It never happened. His soul never passed to what Karis had seen, to that maelstrom, that hub.
Okay, that makes me feel really, really bad.
That's the reality of what you are.
That makes me feel real bad.
So Karis saw that basically firsthand and came back. So she now has an understanding of, at least a slight understanding of the process of death. So it probably just made her a better. It probably just made her a better necromancer, actually.
Would she potentially, with some study, have a better understanding of me?
Potentially, but you don't really act in that cycle, which is why she really finds you as distasteful as she does, is because you break the cycle of things. Like even murdering someone is better than what you do.
Oh.
If that makes sense, right? Because at least if you murder someone, their soul moves on to the next whatever, it moves to that hub, and then it goes about its afterlife. You basically step in and you stop that, and then divert that energy to other purposes.
Oh God, I hope when I die the souls are released somehow, but I don't think that's how it works. Oh, that's gonna depress me a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that makes me a little depressed. Okay,
that's fun. But she basically says that if she can think of anything helpful for you, she'll let you know.
All right, on we go.
All right. So, those of you that noticed that.
Okay. I think I would like to say that I think Sol and Vera just looked at each other, like saw it happening, and then just shrugged at each other and kept walking.
Is it against the 9 that he rolled for stealth, or is it against the DC you picked?
It would be against, honestly, the 9. It wasn't a very good attempt. So,
it was terrible stealth.
Pretty much everybody noticed.
Clank.
Yeah, he's wearing his breastplate now. He's not used to the sounds he makes.
Breastplates aren't really that loud.
Let me have I'm trying to give reason, okay?
He's like, guys, don't look. I'm gonna go sneak away.
No, that would be a 1.
Yeah, that would be a 1.
He literally says sneak, sneak, sneak as he walks.
Or does like Looney Tunes noises, like doom, 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 the whole time.
Okay,
anyway,
so they just come back and they're talking now, or?
They had a hushed conversation behind the party, and now they makes his way back up to his normal place in marching order.
Okay.
I look kind of concerned.
Even though you didn't notice it?
Well, I noticed now.
Karis kind of still has a 100-yard stare on her face.
Really?
A little bit, yeah.
Do we notice that?
She's kind of staring off in the middle distance. I mean, if you look hard enough, sure.
Kelly, so you okay?
I'm fine.
Is this about the alpha? Is this about something else?
I don't know what you mean.
Sol looks suspiciously at Karis front. Because I assume it's like Sol and Vera in the front normally, like even in the cart.
Oh, yeah.
Well, especially right now, just because like I'm looking for something in particular.
And I'm just kind of being a lookout in general.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, if it keeps getting darker, though, I'd like to put out some dancing lights up.
Okay.
I'll also cast
Okay,
light.
so if you throw out a dancing light spell, okay, in that case, Lovette throws out a light spell, and Karis will also throw out a light spell.
I have a
So
little
you've got light
flashlight
sources in the party now, and it's not,
And now our human can see.
and that's not
Yay.
super dark, but it is dim. Humans,
Even
plural.
still, it could get... Oh, right, Karis. No.
Wow!
She's a monster.
Wow!
Wow.
Wow.
Wow!
Wow.
Wow!
Wow. Wow. That's
harsh.
some evil
Yeah.
commentary.
Yeah, and all the symbols on her are evil, too.
Yikes!
Fuck those. When did I become a paladin?
I would like a survival check from Vera.
You
Alrighty.
got this.
I don't got this.
You don't got this. You're gonna die.
Hey!
Yeah, you
That
got
is
it.
a 27.
27 adjusted. Okay, so Vera, you sort of have almost a sixth sense about this. You are guiding the party through this forest, and it's not so much that you've been here before, but you have a tie into nature. You know, you as a druid have a sense of these sorts of things, and you can feel some natural energy that flows through this forest. Some primal life force to this place. It's almost pulling you in a direction. And you think that you've tapped, at least maybe even not even fully consciously, but you have tapped into the ley lines of this area that is why it became a Druid Circle in the first place. And you think you know where to go.
Alrighty.
So you are traveling deeper into the forest until you recognize something. Just a snippet. You see a tree that looks somehow familiar, even though you know you've never been here before. And you think you have an idea that if you were to go one direction, if you were to go west, you would run into the area from your vision. And if you were to continue southwest, you think you would make it to where the druids built their circle. So I'm going to go ahead and put some pins on the map here.
So I guess the decision is yours.
Oh, there is no decision.
Yeah, I figured. Let's go find your rune. Do 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 do.
Like the whole saving the town thing is like secondary here.
Did you say that in character?
No.
Okay. That's good.
Sorry, I try to use the other voice just because I can enunciate better with it.
Gotcha. Well, I just wanted to check. Just in case.
Well, Lovette would be cool with that.
All
She
right.
doesn't really care about
So,
those people. She just cares about Vera.
so the question is southwest or west? Do you want to continue along the ley line, or do you want to veer off and go to what you believe to be the old lost
I want to
group?
Vera off.
I want to veer off.
You got it. All right. So in that case, you take a step off the ley line path that you're following, and the party travels west for a little bit longer. I'm going to crank the time up. It's about noon at this point. The sun is at its highest point in the sky, and it's still somewhat dim in the forest because of the overcast nature of the day's weather. And you arrive at a place.
We arrive at a place.
You arrive at a place, and I'm moving everybody's minis. Oh my god. Oh my god, my god. Alright.
Oh my god.
Oh shit. We have tokens going on. That's noteworthy.
You gonna
Okay.
put it in your obsession log?
Oh!
Wow.
No? Why would I
No reason.
Is that
Because it
put
was
stuff I'm obsessed
Yeah.
about in my obsession log? Like soul.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't put soul in my obsession log. That would be weird. They would not fit.
So, you arrive. You walk into what appears to be a clearing in the woods. In the center of this clearing is a stone slab with 3 steps leading up to it. It's a pretty large stone slab. There, in the clearing, appear to be bones. Lots of
Yeah.
bones.
And we all see the bones.
You all see the bones. So here is what
I'm sure Karis is excited.
she actually still has that 100-yard stare. She is not really focusing on anything.
Really?
Really.
Okay. Just because this is more Vera's territory currently, and do I see anything that could hurt us currently?
That could hurt you. Make a perception check.
Okay!
You asked if you could see something that could hurt you. I'm going to ask you to make a perception check. Soul rolled a 12 plus 12, adjusted 24.
Do I notice anything that could hurt us?
Well, unless the skeletons on the ground suddenly rise up and start attacking you guys, no, not really. The area is pretty deserted. You don't hear anything. There's not even nature sounds here. It's very quiet in this area.
Okay.
I don't like bones. Bones is bad.
I'm gonna go in front of Karis, eye to eye, and kind of wave my hand in front of her face.
She blinks a few times and kind of looks at you. What's going on?
Are you okay, Karis?
She looks embarrassed for a second. So I'm sorry. It's been a lot to process.
What has been a lot of pluses, guys?
She looks at you like you're an idiot.
Well, I mean, what's have you been? Never mind.
Does she appear to be hurt at all?
She kind of squints at you. No. She seems whole and in one piece. She doesn't have.
Talk to me about.
Actually, let me go and remove some injuries here. Karis kind of she says that she's had a lot to process recently. She's sorry that she hasn't been more cheerful.
If you want to talk about it. Sorry.
You don't have to be cheerful. I'm worried about you.
She nods. That makes sense.
Yeah. Just keep us posted, about you, your mental state, if your body starts glowing, tattoos and stuff. Average things.
I usually can't see the tattoos because of the clothes.
Yeah.
I don't really care for them,
Soul looks like they relax a little bit with that comment.
Let's see, how deep is she going to go about this? She'll explain that she was forced to get these tattoos after various rituals were done, and the whole experience was pretty fucking terrible for her, because the cult that she was part of didn't really believe in painkillers or anything like that. So, wasn't exactly...
I would be dead right now.
I know it's not your fault that they're on you. I'm sorry that they are.
And Soul looks like they want to say more, but they instead turn around and go to where Vera is, which is closer to...
Vera.
I lift up my staff and I will say in Druidic to communicate with Mellifera.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the place?
You feel a power rise up in the staff, and you hear the buzzing of bees and other winged insects, and you are filled with a sense of purpose.
Is it at all possible to also hear said bee noises?
No, only Vera hears that.
Only Vera, okay.
Only Vera hears that.
So what do I see?
What you see was a stone slab. The stone slab has some carvings and other symbols in it. There are 3 stone steps leading up to the stone slab itself. The stone slab has a central dish-shaped area carved into it. There are 2 smaller dish-shaped carvings to the left and right that look like they were to hold some sort of incense. It looks like this was some sort of altar to worship some primordial god of one kind or another. It's possible that the people here were trying to worship Mellifera, or just some aspect of Mellifera, but not in the same way that you do. So it is a fallen cult of some form. Whoever the bodies that you're surrounded by, you're not sure what killed them, because they're all in pretty advanced stages of decomposition, to the point where it's just destroyed bones now sticking out of the ground in various places. You believe that this must have happened years ago at the state of the area around you.
Do I see any, pendants or anything?
You do. In the dish in the altar, there is a pile of human bones. On that skeleton that looks like it was dismembered and then laid in that dish, and now it's picked clean by whatever, either ritualistically eaten or possibly just decomposed over time. But on its body is, wrapped around the neck, is a necklace.
I will grab that.
All right.
Oh.
Vera, this place is giving me the creeps.
I look around. Well, it doesn't really seem like there's anything dangerous here.
Okay.
So
Something pops up. You lied to me!
the necklace itself looks like it's made of gold and crystal lattice sort of structure to it. It's a lot of hexagonal symbol, like it's a hexagonal design motif to it. Okay?
Okay.
So it is a necklace, but it's also very wide. It looks almost, if I were to compare it to like human cultures on Earth, I would say probably Egyptian in size and style, but with a hexagonal motif. It's made of, like I said, of gold and crystal, see-through crystal sections. So you're not sure if it's maybe some sort of either polished opal or quartz worked into it, and the entire thing feels warm to the touch.
I will put it on.
Oh my god.
All right, you
YOLO Swaggins.
You put it on and it feels warm, but yet somehow heavy on your neck and shoulders, like heavier than it should be. But at the same time, it also feels right.
It does feel right.
Yeah, baby. Sorry.
You don't see the immensely concerned face I'm just looking at Kyle with. I'm just like, okay.
All right.
While they're over there, I kind of want to talk to Karis.
All right, one moment. I need to make an item and add it to Vera's inventory.
Ooh, do you get cool buffs or anything?
I don't know.
Ah!
Maybe it's just a dope and heavy necklace.
It's like a big
Just
block.
like Flavor Flav!
Yeah, boy!
You've got a big clock on your necklace that's got the wrong time on it.
Constantly.
So I'm throwing a amulet into your inventory, Vera. You now have the Hive Queen's amulet.
Oh, that's rad.
It, like I
What
said,
does it do?
It feels heavy on your shoulders, but at the same time, it also feels like it's totally dormant, like it's sleeping somehow.
What does it do? What does it do?
I don't know.
It doesn't say.
I get real close and look at it. Like real flipping close, like to see, almost like poking it.
Okay.
Do you mind?
Hold on, 1 second.
Markus, don't touch it. That's Vera's new special thing.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know what it does.
Is it possible to do appraise on it to figure out what it does?
Appraise would tell you how much it's worth based on its craftsmanship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one I get.
Yeah, spellcraft would tell you what its magical properties are and what its enchantments are. But it, like I said, it feels like it's dormant currently. So whatever enchantments it has on it aren't active.
I look
What's
over
it worth
Soul.
money-wise?
I look over at Soul and says, "Shit's haunted."
No, you...
It's got ghosts in it.
Of course.
Shit's haunted.
Moves haunted.
Is that right?
Reloads gun.
Moves haunted.
I think that I need to bring this to my temple. Hopefully that will activate whatever is inside of it.
You're not leaving right now, though, right?
No, I don't need quite yet.
Okay.
I'll probably go tonight, and then I'll come back.
Okay. But, I mean, while we're in the forest, maybe we could solve the whole werewolf problem. Har, har, har.
Well, we could always take a break right now. I could go over there quickly and come back. This could help us deal with that problem.
Do you mind if I hold on to Hummel?
Sure. Is there a reason why?
And Soul looks really embarrassed.
I just like having some way of having you around. That's all. I really, don't mind me.
I suppose if it's alright with him, and I'll take Hummel out. What do you think?
Buzz buzz.
But what does he do?
Well, Hummel's gonna dance.
Makes honey.
Aww.
Is that a yes?
That means give me alcohol.
Hummel, what are you doing? I was asking you a question.
Soul gets a little closer. Hey, buddy. Would you mind staying with me while Vera goes and spends time with her siblings. And, she'll be right back if you don't mind spending some time with me.
And Soul kind of reaches their finger out for him to crawl on.
All right, Hummel's gonna walk over to it, cross Vera's palm, and look at your finger, and then climb onto it and sit there.
That's adorable.
So looks like something clicked in their mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Okay, I know Soul is they, but you are now a Disney princess.
I think Vera's the closest thing to a Disney princess, actually.
Vera's our modern Disney princess.
It's a pretty sad
Also,
Disney princess.
the mental voice I have for Hummel makes this even more perfect, because I just, since he's such an alcoholic, I just imagine him with, a fucking, I don't even know, I don't want to name the accent wrong, but, my first thought, you're you want to stay with me? And he's like, shut thing butts.
Ew.
That sounds like somebody who's been smoking for 20 years.
So Soul's got a hand under their finger just in case he falls, even though he has wings. And they look up at Vera their eyes are huge.
When you come back, can I ask you some questions about Mellifera?
You're free to do so anytime.
Yeah, but I want it after you figure out what the amulet is, because I know time is of the essence.
All right. And I will take off my apiary as well and just leave it here, just on the side of the altar.
Okay.
And I start performing the ritual to return to the temple.
All right, that's a little time consuming, but if the rest of the party wants to wait, they can do that.
Yep. It's 10 minutes.
Yeah, so 10 minutes later, Vera fades out of existence. Meanwhile...
Oh no.
Lovette, you wanted to talk to...
Karis.
All right, is that in private?
Yes, this is related to the other private conversation. So
One
probably,
moment. Okay.
Kalis.
Mm-hmm.
Will any of these corpses suit your needs? Any chance?
You say that, about 2 seconds pass, and then she looks startled by what you said. I'm sorry, yes. I think these will
When
these
Vera
will
is
do.
gone, this would be the right time to get them. I can distract the others.
I mean,
first,
it's not really something I can do in secret.
gathering the bones?
Well, I mean, not with everyone standing here by the altar. It's going to be a bit difficult.
I'll get their attention.
I can't really carry one of these either. I would have to do everything here, and I couldn't really do that without them noticing. So I figure I may as well just ask.
Okay, well, before you do that, Kalis, what is going on with you? I mean, I know it's happened. What's going on with you?
I keep seeing everything over again. It's hard to process. It's like reality sort of peeled back a little bit when everything happened, and it hasn't really come back together fully for me, if that makes any kind of sense.
Are you still you?
She holds up her hands, turns them over, and looks at the fronts and backs. I'm not sure. I think I'm still me.
I hope so. If you need or want to talk about this at any time, I don't know if I understand, but I'll try to listen. I can understand if it be a little process.
I understand. Thank you. I would give you a hug if it probably wouldn't kill you.
I did that one time, but I'm not in the mood of pushing my luck lately.
Alright, well, I suppose I'd better ask them then.
Yeah, I suppose we better.
Wish me luck.
Alright.
Okay, so Karis and Lovette are going to walk closer to the middle of the group, and Karis looks at each of you. Well, each of you being Markus and Soul, because Vera's stepped out. And she says, I have a question to ask you two.
Soul's mouth kind of twitches, but they still smile.
What's up, Karis?
Alpha was destroyed a little bit ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
I would prefer to have protection.
And I think given the circumstances, that's quite reasonable.
Soul looks a little confused.
Well, there's a lot of material around here that is not buried and is not exactly going to use.
Oh.
Well, I don't think any of these people worshipped Mellifera per se, but I think maybe it would be best if we ask Vera when she comes back, just in case. Because I think it's fine. They obviously have been dead for a long time. I just want to make sure we're not desecrating her religion, or, it's pretty nice. I mean, like, it gives shelter to, like, practically homeless people, and they're all, like, siblings, so I would rather not that happen to them.
Well, you won't
if they
affect
are.
the souls of the people who died. It would only animate the bodies. And if Hara didn't know these people personally, maybe she doesn't need to know about it.
But I would know.
And I would know.
Right, it's why we're asking you. Rather than...
That's why I want you to wait for Vera.
I do believe that I'm the perfect example of asking for forgiveness, and so although I'm... Does reanimating these corpses have any effect on the souls that were in them?
No.
Mm-mm. Oh.
Soul kind of fidgets uncomfortably.
On the one hand, it's really nice to have a sponge to absorb all the attacks.
Oh, believe me, Alpha's more than a sponge.
See? Right? So, I would say limit it to 2.
I think we only need the 1.
Well,
I don't know.
you have Alpha, then you're going to have Beta. Or is this going to be Beta now?
Soul consults Hummel.
Hummel? Do you think Vera would be mad if we used the skeletons? Buzz once for yes, say nothing for no.
Question to Vera. Does Hummel understand Common?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
He a smart boy.
He studied.
Hummel kind of like wiggles his butt, which is neither yes nor no.
Well, I said no noise for no.
He's just dancing.
He dances.
Yeah, like his wings flap but don't buzz. It's like
his wings are moving, but he's not making noise. But he's definitely not sitting still. So you feel like he's found himself a third answer.
Does Soul feel that way? They're kind of stupid.
What? Insight.
Oh,
Or
what's an insight check?
Sense motive.
Sense? Oh, God. My worst skill. It's a 6. A pure 6. No buff. Boo-doo-doo.
Your worst is
then it's
no
whatever.
modifier.
It's whatever you think it could be, I guess.
I think Hummel says it's okay, but I still think we should wait for Vera. And Soul's just kind of grimacing. Should we go to see what Vera's doing?
All right. So you finish your ritual, and you fade into the temple, like you've done many times. And you feel the familiar energy of the temple, of the buzzing of the hive above you, and now the pretty sizable amount of people you have in your flock, which I believe is 24 at last count. So
You're talking about that.
yeah, you've got a pretty sizable group of people there that are worshiping and going about their daily lives, to the point where now they've started to reorganize the interior of the temple to be more living spaces.
Okay.
So it seems less like a traditional like worship temple and more like a compound to live in that
Okay.
serves like all basic functions that are needed. Your people, of course, greet you as they normally do.
I think it's going to take a bit longer, like, on this visit, just talking to all the people, seeing how they're all doing, how they fared.
Yep, and they go and they relay their stories to you. And some of them had difficulties getting here. Some of them had to pay off either brigands on the road or corrupt guards, but they all made it here safely in one way or another. Okay. Some of them had to deal with wild animals, things of that nature. But like I said, everybody made it here in one piece. So you've got 24 people. Well, maybe it's 23. I think you still have one guy in Hartingen recruiting.
Yep.
So the rest of your group is doing their thing, and you feel the energy of this place kind of like seeping into the necklace you're wearing, into that amulet. And it's feeling lighter, I guess is a way to put it.
I think I'll bring it to the altar.
Mm-hmm. All right, you take it to the font at the front of the temple.
And I'll put it in.
All right. You place the necklace into the font, and it is submerged inside the honey. There is a golden glow that comes from it, and when you pick it back up, the honey seems to have laid inside the hexagonal insets and inlays in the necklace itself, and have turned it almost into turned the opaque polished opal or crystal parts into what looks more like amber, and it now feels light in your hands.
Ooh.
Then of course the honey comes off immediately without actually. It behaves more like water on this than honey.
Okay.
That's one nice thing about this stuff is if you reach your hand in and you don't want to pull out the honey, then it doesn't stick to you.
Ooh.
If that makes any sense.
That's useful.
Yeah.
After that, I'm going to remove my amulet of natural armor, because I don't think I can have both on.
That's correct, yeah.
And I'll put the amulet under my, through my hood, so that's actually on, my actual neck.
Mm-hmm.
And just wear that.
Alright, Hive Queen's amulet is now being worn. Okay, so when you put it on, you get an interesting feeling. It is now attuned to this hive, and what it's going to do is grant you some bonuses. You gain +1 to all of your saving throws, so let me drop your natural AC down by 1 since you removed that one, but all of your saving throws go up by 1. Okay, so your new saves are 7, 6, and 10. And you also have a sense, you're filled with a sense of calm. And the next time you go to speak and say something, your voice, resounds throughout the entire temple.
Ooh.
You speak, and everyone here can hear you.
And is that something I can control?
Yes, it's something you can control. So it appears to be a function of the amulet that whenever you are in the temple or around your faithful, you're able to speak with all of them as if you were standing next to them.
Ooh, very cool.
It's not loud exactly. I don't mean it to say that you're speaking and then your voice is booming and echoing around everywhere. It's almost as if you're speaking to everyone directly at once.
It's like a hive mind kind of
yeah, sort of, yeah.
speech.
Yeah.
All right. After that, I think I'm going to kind of meditate a little bit, and I want to see if there's anything Mellifera wants me to do with the members that had died near the site.
Okay.
Because as for my thoughts on that, are that we'd probably bury them, or they'd be part of the hive. But as for utilizing their bones, Vera would be fine with her body being used for the hive. So as long as it's being a service to the hive, it's fine, I think.
All right. So you meditate and try to commune with Mellifera, and you again hear that familiar buzzing as the hive above you sort of pulsates and buzzes in unison, and you can hear this voice coming up from within, and it asks you, what do you need?
What should I do with our followers that have fallen? They lay in the open.
Those who fell in the Great Veil, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, Mellifera will say then if they were truly faithful, then treat them as one of the hive.
Of course. Thank you. And I will get up, and I'd like to talk to everyone in the hive and just tell them that I'll be looking for people to come to help with building out the temple to create more room for people to live comfortably.
Alrighty.
I will go to start the ritual, then I'll look back and look at my staff again and say to Mellifera, we almost didn't make it in the last town. There was quite a few werewolves, and I would take from the honey to improve my abilities, but I'm always reluctant to entertain more power. I remember what happened last time I had more power. I didn't use it. It didn't go as well as I had planned, and I'm hesitant. What do you think I should do?
Your hesitation is warranted. Taking more power than you can handle can turn you into the beings that inhabited this temple when you first arrived.
That's true.
You will know when you're ready.
Thank you. Thank you, sister. And then I will start the ritual and head back.
Alright. So some time will pass, and eventually Vera will wink back into existence by the altar. Now wearing a necklace that looks slightly different than the one she was wearing when she left. Instead of being gold and clear crystal, it is now gold and amber.
That's cool.
Oh.
What are we doing?
What does
the
it do?
thing
What does it
while-
do? What does it do?
I can talk to my followers with this.
Oh,
Ooh, fancy.
Quite useful.
all of your followers?
Yes. Well, those within the main hive can hear.
Oh,
Soul looks really disappointed.
Was in the main hive. Which is one is the main hive?
Well, the hive is where the temple is, but any group that I trust is technically a hive.
Can you use it to communicate with us?
I don't think so.
Oh.
If I was able to, you would have already heard me.
So,
I mean, you could always join. It's always a free offer.
Soul has an undescribable face current.
Describe it.
Yeah, that's not helpful.
It's one of those where, like, it looks like someone's thinking, but you can't tell what they're thinking, like, whatsoever. Like, it's not even an emotion, like, doesn't
They got
even
the
have an
poker
emotion
face
to it.
going.
No, they just look like they're thinking. Like, their mouth's kind of, like, cocked a little, their forehead's a little scrunched. But you just don't know what they're thinking.
Sure.
And they kind of, like, hold their hand up. I took good care of Hummel.
It's much appreciated.
Hummel's dead.
Thank you, so.
Hummel's not dead.
He's in the cage with Blue Regard Kyukazoo.
Beauregard Q Kazoo became a Skelebird for you.
An animated skeletal canary that I believe is still sitting on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Vera, Karis had something she wanted to ask you.
Oh boy.
What is it?
So I asked everyone while you were gone for their opinion, and they said that I should wait until everyone was back. So I prefer to travel with protection, and since Alpha was destroyed, I would like to replace Alpha with another Guardian, perhaps multiple. And I figured I should ask permission before animating Bones.
Why would you need my... Are you talking about these? The followers?
Yeah, she sort of like looks, she sort of gestures to the entire clearing, which is, like I said, strewn with the corpses of humans.
So Vera will put her hand just on her face, just trying to think, kind of slightly worrying. I did want to... How many would you resurrect?
She sort of scratches the back of her head. That's... I don't mean to be pedantic. That is not the proper term. Resurrection implies that I would be pulling their souls back from the beyond. What I seek to do is to simply animate the remains that are left behind. Their souls, wherever they may be, will be undisturbed.
Well, whatever it is, how many would you be raising?
She nods to indicate the correct term. I suppose that the limit would be based on you, not on me.
If you could raise... Would you be able to raise all of them?
She takes a moment to count. Hold on, because I actually haven't counted them myself.
This campaign is about to get very different.
It looks like there's 10 total.
Wow.
Yeah, 10, if we're counting the one in the altar. She says there are 10, but the way the magic functions is I can only control so much power at a time. If I were to raise all 10, then they would be relatively weak. I would prefer to raise a smaller number of stronger guardians. 4 probably would be adequate. 2 if you feel like I shouldn't have that many. Alternatively, I would find 1 to be acceptable.
If we do this, I would request that you help me bury the ones that remain, and I would like us to ensure that we can bring the remaining ones to the hive so they can be buried later. But as for now, if their bodies are able to be utilized by the hive to protect us, I don't see anything wrong with it.
She nods. And
Well, that's a little more excited about that than she meant to let on.
She nods and she thanks you for your pragmatic view.
We have been of great service to Mellifera. Any follower of hers would be ecstatic to have what remains be utilized in this fashion for now.
Would you like the rest of them buried here or brought with us to be buried at the temple?
Well, the question is, how would we get it there?
We'll just put it in the cart. Dude, it will be so great. We'll get into an accident at some point, and bones will just spill out of the cart of all different creatures.
This is what happens when you
Like,
travel
what?
with necromancy.
I can explain.
Or better yet, when we go back to Hardenshin and they're looking for Vera, and they inspect the cart and they don't find Vera, but they do find shit tons of bones.
Find the complete skeletons of 10 dead people.
10 dead people and an ogre.
Would I presume that the person in the altar would be a parasite or a follower?
It's unknown. They were wearing the amulet that you're currently wearing, so it's strange that they were in there. But you also know that these guys were killed by someone else, so it's possible that whoever killed these people did that to the leader.
Okay.
You're not sure. But yeah, it does look like the previous leader's bones were placed in the altar. Either that or the previous leader for some reason removed their own amulet and put it on that body, which seems strange.
Well, is there any way for us to transport this to the cart? I suppose that if we were to go to the Druid Circle, we could come back and then bring the rest to the cart later.
Solid science to me.
I can get behind that.
Yes, we should build. The extra hands will be able to help us bring them as well.
Soul holds their hand up for Markus to high five. They lower it so he can high five it?
Oh,
That's
nice.
Everyone make a perception check.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what?
We're fine. Underneath has killed Marcus's balls shrivel up even more.
That is an 18.
Okay. 13, 18, 9.
Nat 20!
Ooh, not 20!
32!
One from
32.
Marchild.
Okay. You go to low 5 Markus, and you notice he looks a little more gaunt than normal. His eyes look a little sunken in, and he looks a little thin. You're not sure.
We all noticed this?
No. Just Soul.
Just so?
Just Soul.
Markus, are you okay?
What? He looks fine.
I've been feeling better. I've felt better, to be honest, but go team.
Soul kneels down immediately. They put their hands on Marcus's face.
Markus, promise you're okay?
Yeah, I'm fine for now. It's fine. We're good.
You promise.
I promise. If it's a problem, you'll be the first to know.
Okay.
And Soul puts their forehead on his for a moment and then stands back up.
Aww.
Adorable.
Adorbs. Very adorbs.
All right. We'll come back here, bring who we need to. First, Karis has to get some helpers, I guess. And then we head to the Druid Circle, right?
Yes, I should be able to find it pretty easily.
Not to be macabre, but is there anything of value?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, it looks like they were...
They don't have any money.
It looks like they were picked clean a long time ago, and it's the only thing that was left behind was that necklace, probably because whoever killed these people thought it was tainted in some way. Or cursed.
And do the bones look charred, or...?
The ones in the altar have some burn marks on them. The other ones don't.
Okay.
Can we do a perception to check to see if there's any identifying mark?
On the bones?
Just to see if there's anything that would give us a clue. See if there's a blue paw print anywhere.
No, nothing like that.
Oh, crap.
They are quite old and have been, like, in the open, so...
Like 10 years? Or
Probably
more?
somewhere in there, yeah.
Soul kind of shrugs and tries to stand back for Karis wherever she decides to body take.
Blah. Is there gonna be squishing sounds? Cause, let me tell you.
Kinda.
Blech.
Also, who here has amulet?
I have to look at my inventory. I got my dancing scarf.
Okay.
I think that's considered a neck thing, so.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't dancing scarves armor?
Yeah.
It's not a neck slot.
Okay, then I guess not.
So you don't have an amulet?
Nope.
Sol. This might prove useful for you, and I'll offer up the pendant of natural armor.
Oh, yes! Yes. I will take it.
So was there any other thing that I got from the amulet, by the way? Or was it just communication?
Communication and +1 to all saves.
Okay, that's right.
So I don't know if I made it apparent when I was talking about it, but it is bound to the hive. So the larger the hive becomes, the more powerful the amulet becomes.
Gotcha.
So it's actually, it scales quite a bit.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Soul keeps staring at it.
Is there something wrong?
No, I just want to talk too. They kind of pout.
Well, you know the hive is always open for your soul.
Well, that's actually kind of what I want to talk to you about.
Oh?
Yeah, just maybe when we get back from the whole druid thing, I just, like you call them your, like, sisters and brothers, right?
They are my sisters and brothers.
Yeah. What if I wanted to be your sister? And Soul, like, looks really nervous and their hands are just wringing. They're not looking at Vera, they're looking at their feet and scuffling.
Vera's smile, like, would actually just full-on smile. Like, I would be honored to have you as a sister, Soul.
Soul's kind of, like, slowly going into themselves. Their shoulders are up, but they look pretty happy. Well, let us talk more about that when we get back to the village and save everyone. Okay, yeah, great, cool.
Disgusting.
You're disgusting.
Soul loves Vera. And they kind of just fell into the whole Symphonia Bard thing.
Yeah.
And who's their high priest, Biff? Ew.
What happens if they lose their bard powers because of this? Is that how they work in this world?
No comment.
I mean, aren't bards mostly self-taught?
I mean, I was.
Kinda.
I was under the impression that bards are basically clerics of Symphonia.
Because I don't think...
Same way that Vera is basically a cleric of Mellifera.
Because I don't think Soul ever really cared about Symphonia.
Not really. Like, it was just a thing that was like,
No, but
Yeah,
that's how
I'm-
Symphonia works.
she's flipping. I can be
Yeah.
flipping.
Hopefully.
What has she ever done for me? Biff? No. No, thank you.
And all of your abilities.
All of your abilities.
Soul
What's
doesn't understand this
Symphonia
shit.
ever done for me? Well, every time you granted anyone a bonus to anything. Alright, so Karis is going to gather the four most complete skeletons that she finds in the area. She lays them out in a particular way, starts taking out this black material, it's these little black stones, and she starts laying them around in a strange pattern. And she's like, "This'll take a little bit. Is that all right?"
Soul nods
Wilson.
and actually takes Marcus's hand and like kind of guides him a little bit away from whatever Karis is doing.
But
And-
very interested. It's
We can
I have
still
a-
see it. We can still see it from where we're at, just a little farther. And Soul like sits next to a tree, makes Marcus sit down.
Fine, Eden, help me. Fine. Grumble, grumble, grumble.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Well,
Just watch from afar.
okay, so a little bit of time will pass, but Karis moves with the speed of an expert, and eventually has all these little black stones laid out, and all this the four skeletons splayed out in a particular pattern, and then she begins to incant some sort of spell. You swear it gets darker for a minute, and then suddenly this purplish black energy starts to pulsate out from her and coalesce onto these four prepared bodies. They start to like wiggle and move across the ground as they sort of start popping themselves back into place and like becoming one contiguous thing again. Like as the energy starts to hold them together as one being instead of piles of bones.
So, we were asking about looting them before. There is one thing I was wondering. Do they have anything on them that would identify them?
No.
Their teeth.
Sorry, forensics are kind of shitty in this place, so you don't know
Darn.
the dental records are not complete. Karis finishes her spell, and these four figures have this purplish black energy around them that eventually fades as the beings stand up for the first time. Except they look a little bit different than the last skeletons she summoned. As soon as they stand, you notice that it looks almost as if the bones themselves are bleeding.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
That's roughly what they look like, but without weapons.
Like the ones from Castlevania, the bloody skeletons. God, those things are ridiculous.
So they seem to constantly weep blood, but they don't leave any behind on the ground. It's a very odd-looking effect on them.
So that's why Alpha had a cloak, was so that we didn't see this?
What?
No, when Alpha took his helmet off, he just looked like a normal skull under the helmet. It didn't look like these things.
Why are these so different?
They're either stronger or weaker. I don't remember. I'm probably stronger.
Still gross.
I don't know if Alpha was like a white or if he was just a skeleton. I'm assuming he was probably just a skeleton.
Okay, so Karis basically starts speaking to each of them in turn, designating them Alpha, Beta, Gamma, and Delta, and then gives them some basic orders to follow her and do nothing else for the time being. So they all seem to be, extremely obedient, but they're also currently unarmed and unarmored, so they're not exactly the greatest things. But Karis seems both drained and extremely pleased with herself.
I'm impressed as well, although the blood is kind of creepy. Is it going to leave a stain in the count?
I don't think so. It's not really blood exactly. I know it looks like blood.
What is it?
It's negative energy?
Negative energy is deep red?
I mean, I suppose that's one way to put it. It's suffused in negative energy. The best way to put it is it can heal itself.
Interesting.
Let me show you. Alpha, destroy Beta. So the one skeleton turns and just starts smashing the other one with its fists, and the other one just stands there and takes it. And it smashes it into multiple pieces. So it actually does enough damage to destroy it. So Alpha kills Beta, and Beta is now just a bunch of broken bones on the ground.
Dude, are these straight up the Castlevania bloody skeletons? That's amazing.
So
I didn't realize.
She orders Gamma and Delta to carry the shards of Beta. Okay, I'm ready to depart when you are.
I don't... What did we...
You'll see.
Of course.
Also, while everything was going on, Vera was probably collecting the other remains, into a pile.
And I was thinking Archibald would actually probably help with that.
And Karis will order Alpha to gather up as many of the remains as possible as well.
For now, we're leaving them here, though, until we finish the druid thing, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, but we'll put them in the same...
And unless it wouldn't hinder us at all. Would it hinder us?
It would, yeah. It's too much to carry.
Yeah, so...
We'll leave it here and come
I
back
thought we'd
after
organize
we're done.
them, though, so that we can find them more easily.
Correct.
Okay. Fair enough. So they're now laid out in a more respectful way. So as that finishes, the shards of Beta pull themselves back together, and Beta is restored.
They are. Oh my god.
It takes about an hour, but these will be much harder to destroy.
Well, that is impressive, and that will probably help us a lot with the upcoming fight. Speaking of which, if we are going to seek out these werewolves and they attack us again, I want us to be thinking about how we move and act and be tactical so we don't all almost die again. I don't like to draw attention to Vera's part on it, but I think we have learned a lesson and should create distance between one another. Spread out a bit.
Karis agrees.
Yes.
Sol looks really annoed.
Are you okay, Sol? What?
I'm fine.
Oh, you
Anyways, let's
okay.
get going.
You don't look fine.
No, it's fine. I would just prefer if we take care of the druid issue, get rid of anything that might be unsightly, come back and take care of my brothers and sisters.
Right. Well, we're trying to do that, but if we all get ourselves killed, then that's not going to happen.
Look, I understand what you're saying. I didn't disagree. It's fine. We're going to be okay.
We will. We will.
Sol is still smiling, but a questionable smile.
That said, Val, if you can stay within moving distance of me, I can help you out a little bit.
Oh?
Yes, I have some things that I have redeveloped some of my tools for Archie to try and for other people, and I think that they would help you the most.
Well, I hope that it's useful. Well, shall we get going?
Yes.
We shall. Let's do this. Yes.
Can I still sense what direction
Absolutely. Oh yeah. Yeah, you feel it's a pretty obvious tug, so you can follow it very simply. All right. So you guys travel a bit to the southeast from where you currently are, and you find the Druid Circle, sort of in the center of the Great Vale.
Does it look like stone?
So the best way I could describe it is that yes, it looks kind of like Stonehenge.
Nice.
Yes!
It is a series of standing stones. Some of them are that have two large stones with a third across forming like an archway. There's a few of those around, and they're roughly organized into a circle. There are also singular standing stones spaced out around that, forming an outer part, and the entire thing is emanating power. You get near it, and anyone here who has any arcane skill at any level, or divine skill in magic at any level, you can feel the power emanating off of this thing. And what's more is as you're approaching, which is now it's about 1 p.m., so it's about as bright as it's going to get today. So it's a little bit better than dim conditions outside because it's still somewhat overcast. But you can see from a distance at this thing, which you're about, say, 200 feet off from the furthest standing stone. And the whole thing is probably 100, 200 feet wide, maybe. It's a large collection of standing stones. But you can feel the energy coming off of these things. And also, they are covered in mystic runes, like mystic writings and markings that are glowing.
Are they the runes, though?
They are.
Like,
yes.
the same symbols that's on Karis's body?
Yes.
Soul Starch.
Yeah, they are on all of them.
What the hell is this doing here?
We have to get rid of them.
God, it would be great if we had dissolving, meteor-busting fluids currently. Wouldn't it?
Is this the same material?
No.
Okay.
This looks like standard, like, granite or whatever hard stone they quarried from nearby, or found and shaped from boulders.
It's just some rock someone wrote "fuck your mom" on it.
Basically, they wrote "fuck your mom" in whatever script this is, and it just, turned into a spell because that's the way this language works, apparently.
Sol,
We have to destroy it.
why?
Because it's the enemy.
What does that mean, Sol?
Karis speaks up. I agree with Sol.
This is a Elisa Gate, is it not? I wasn't the best in arcane studies, but I know how important this is. Destroying
what
this thing
is-
is a big deal.
So what is the gate again, Beardy?
Yeah, what's the importance? Do we know what the importance of the gate is?
Oh, sure.
Vera probably would.
So these gates, yeah, and Vera, you're familiar with these as well, just from being a druid. This is a method of interlinking places on the world together, typically areas of strong natural magic, to create a network. And the druids have tended this network for eons. So this is a Trilothian Gate or Litho Gate. So it's a series of standing stones that, when focused and channeled properly, allow you to use it to travel from one place to another, from this Litho Gate to another one. And as long as you have them on these natural ley lines, they all interlink across the planet. So it's essentially a fast travel system that the druids can use to get around the world very quickly.
Can the druids just make these, like, on ley lines, though?
The stones are just there to focus the power. The power is part of the earth. So
Okay.
yeah, so yes, conceivably they could be rebuilt, but
That's all I need to know.
But it is
it's a bitch. I'll put it that way.
Yeah,
it's a
they're
bitch to build this
marvels
thing.
of magical engineering.
in a way. Is Mellifera's Sting currently kind of a ley line then?
It connects
As
to
a
this.
transportations.
In a way.
Yeah, in a way, but it's on such a lower level.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's the same concept for sure.
Yeah, same kind of natural magic
Yeah.
that allows it.
Yes, because your
They-
temple, in case you were curious,
Is on a ley line?
is on a ley line.
Ooh.
So, if you wanted to pour the great expense into building a Litho Gate, you could do that and link yourself into the worldwide druid network.
So that I could be taken over by weird, creepy
Be a
symbols.
druid internet troll.
Basically, yeah.
Oh my god.
At that
all I
point,
can-
the other
all I-
druids start showing up, and they're like, "So what are you about?" And you're like, "Mellifera," and they're like,
Tentacle porn.
"Yeah, we're into Eden." And then that
And you're
that
like,
happens.
lol, all Eden
It's like,
sucks.
well, that's some weak ass shit.
What the fuck did you just say to me, you little bitch?
I'll have you know, I was trained at the top magic academies.
I took out a vampire.
I have 25 confirmed kills.
Oh, brilliant.
I hit you with my husk spears from 500 yards away.
Anyways.
So,
Look, they can rebuild, right? If need be. The druids, the good ones.
The druids didn't build things.
What?
Your people
Right.
did. The druids just maintained them, if I remember my studies correctly.
I believe this has been here before. Like, would Vera know if this was here before? Like, as just a gate
Oh, yeah.
location?
Yeah, the druids built these.
Oh, they did build them. Oh, I was wrong.
Yeah, no, these are not elven construction.
Oh.
So,
If it was an elven construction, I'll tell you what it would look like. It would look like a
Trees.
bunch of fucking... Okay, first of all, either it would look like a tree that had like an archway that it was growing, like the tree itself
Yeah.
grew into an archway and it had like weird purple light in it, and you'd walk in it and be somewhere else. That'd be
Yep.
one way the elves would build it. Alternately, and what I personally think it would be if the elves built it, it would be this series of gaudy crystal pillars
Yeah.
with like just all like whitewashed and shit, and everything looked like it was made of marble. Like, yeah, that's like if it was made by high elves. Would look like that.
Pretentious as fuck.
The most pretentious
Okay,
architecture
guys.
you can come up with.
You can stop being so mean.
Oh no, this isn't anything against you.
I'm a high elf.
Yeah, Soul's a high elf. Damn it.
Okay.
I just think it's maybe a little offensive is all. So the point of it is the druids built this, and the druids could rebuild this if it was destroyed at great expense and time.
They built this. They can rebuild it. They can just rebuild it without these symbols. We
They
just
built
have
the
to
city?
destroy it. Oh my fucking...
Say it, Screw Loose. See how much damage you get.
No. Please.
Make it.
I want
Make
to play
a,
my... I
make
want
a-
to play D&D!
make a goddamn rock pun and see what happens. Oh, one of these stones could
These
fall over on you,
symbols-
dude. You have no idea.
Can I play this game?
Please do.
Oh god,
Lovette,
okay.
They can rebuild, but these symbols are evil and need to be destroyed.
Well, maybe as you meet the clan, maybe we can get rid of the symbols without destroying the entire thing.
Yeah, can't we just like chisel it off?
Can we do that? Do we have the equipment?
We didn't really bring chisels. Karis
This
chimes
is the
in.
kind of logic I was trying to apply with the meteor, but you guys didn't want to listen to me. Also, if we had that stuff, I think it would help a lot.
But we could
Oh, Soul looks kind of pissed at that comment.
we could always try to scrub the symbols off.
Wait, they're only drawn on?
They're glowing. It's hard to tell.
They're
Soul
glowing.
probably
Maybe
wasn't
they're
looking
glowing.
that much at them.
Yeah, I mean you can't read them.
Yeah, I'm well aware.
But they're glowing.
Well,
I don't like the fact that they're glowing.
I've seen a lot of these same marks. Warren was obsessed with this garbage. That one there, that one there, and that one over there. This is definitely the same script. We should destroy this.
Soul looks at Vera. Scrub it down with water again?
Okay.
Let's try that first.
I'll create water and try to get rid of it.
All right. You cast Create Water and start to try to scrub one of the stones.
Activate something.
Yeah, it's not really effective, it appears. Do you want to touch the symbols or just try to scrub them with some other thing?
I'd rather scrub them with some other thing.
Yeah.
I would scrub them with a pole,
Okay.
like a 10-foot clown pole.
I have a question. What notebook did Lovette write all the notes about Warren's study?
The handy.
that was
Yeah.
in her session log.
I see. Okay. Well, Soul has some evil written glyphs that they have, so they're gonna kind of damage those while we're working on the runes.
I have a question.
Mhm.
So, these runes affect living things, right?
So far,
What if I went and scrub-a-dubbed them?
go for it.
Jesus Christ.
Have the scrubs done anything while we were working on them, by the way?
Not really. The scrubbing it with water doesn't seem to have any effect on the symbol.
Oh. Ooh. Well, we need soap. That's why.
That's what's missing.
It's a fair point. Soap is useful.
Actually, I have soap in my.
Well, good. It's just-
What?
Of course, you should. Everyone in the party should have soap in their inventory.
I have soap in my.
If you don't have soap in your inventory, it means you're a dirty bug.
Druid.
I don't know.
I have
Druid.
someone I
Hobo.
can call to take me to a place for night baths.
Oh,
True.
well then. Fuck you too.
Soul has people for that.
Soul actually owns an entire bathhouse, so
I tell you what. I take a sliver of soap and get a good lather. Does the soap help at all? Just for
Actually,
giggles.
yes, it does.
really.
Yeah, boy.
Okay, Soul's gonna cast Mirror Image to get this to go faster.
It's not how mirror image works.
Yeah.
What?
Mirror
It
images
doesn't?
don't do it.
No.
They don't have any
Aw, come
physicality.
on!
No, I'm sorry.
Aww,
I wish it were,
man.
but not how mirror image works.
That would be cool.
I need everyone in the party to make a perception check. please.
Okay. Oh, nat 20 from Marcus!
Nice.
29
Oh, fuck.
on my end.
23 for me.
Wow, great roll so far. And Lovette.
I love that.
So we got a 25 from Marcus, a 29 from Vera,
Oh my
a
God.
23 from Soul, and a
Wow.
7 from Lovette.
And
All
an
right.
11 from Archie.
Yeah.
Good going, Archie.
Good going, Archie. While Lovette and Archie are working on whatever it is they're doing, Marcus, Vera, and Soul,
We're scrubbing.
you all notice a figure move between two of the stones nearby.
Uh-oh.
It was fast and moving on 4 legs.
Oh, fuck.
I cast invisibility.
Wow. Okay, then.
Everybody, something's near us.
defensive stance.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take formation. Archie and I will come up behind Vera.
All right. You see something dart between a few other stones. It's smaller than the creatures you were attacked by back in town. And this one is running on 4 legs instead of 2, and it's not really a loping run so much as an actual like quadrupedal dog-like run. You get a better look at it, and it appears to be a wolf.
Oh,
Just a plain old wolf.
Kind of. It's pure white. Like its fur is white, and
It's an albino?
it's not quite albino. No. It's I guess its fur is more snow colored.
Okay.
adorable.
It's staying about 100 feet away from the party currently.
I mean, it's not stopping you guys from scrubbing, right?
Oh wow. Okay.
I'm going
Fuck you
to.
too. I mean, hey.
If I start scrubbing while invisible, it'll, like, get rid of the spell. That's all.
Okay. That doesn't make you that much more heroic.
Soul isn't heroic, though.
No! Soul has never been heroic.
Or that much less hypocritical.
With a nat
Huh?
20, can I get a bonus or nat 20? Are we able to pinpoint where it is now?
Yeah. You have a general idea where it is. I mean, it's pretty easy to spot once it's moving because it's contrasts with the rest of the area so much.
Does it seem to be, like, watching us or something?
Yeah, it's watching you guys.
Just watching? Okay.
As far as you can tell, yeah.
It could be a druid that hasn't been affected, potentially.
Ooh,
Or it
that'd
could
be
also
nice.
just be a fucking wolf. To be fair, I'm not really sure.
What?
Markus, want to keep on working on those?
Yeah, I'm just keep an eye out for that thing. I'm gonna keep scrubbing.
I'll be watching.
I am
Scrub,
going
scrub,
to
scrub, scrub, scrub.
slap mage armor, I think, on Archibald.
Also, I wave at the wolf.
Make a wild empathy check, please.
Oh, and that is a 7.
Okay. You call out to it, and it steps out a little bit from one of the stones, and you get a better look at it. There it is.
Grr.
The one thing you notice that's strange about it is that you can see from the distance that one of its ears is pierced. It has an earring,
Ah, it's a 90s wolf.
and it has like some sort of decorative ear piercing, which is, I will say, very unusual for a wolf.
It's so edgy.
Except in the 90s, apparently.
It seems to have a piercing on its ear. I'm pretty
Oh.
sure this isn't any normal wolf.
It also looks very, very gaunt, like it's starving.
We have bones with us.
I'm gonna get Archie to keep scrubbing, and I'm gonna draw my crossbow just to be safe.
Oh wow, that's good.
Could
What
I
that'll do.
Do we have some meat?
could I use Good Beetle and send them its way?
No, the good beetles they're far too fat to walk.
I will throw it to it.
Okay.
Like a lob toss.
Okay. You take out a good beetle and you lob it over toward it, and you make the throw, and it ends up being, we'll be generous and say you make it about halfway to the wolf. It sniffs the air and sort of like very carefully pads forward toward you guys, and gets to where it's about 50 feet away, and it sniffs up, and it gets the good beetle, and it eats it off the ground. It looks at you all and kind of cocks its head to the side.
I'll send a few more over to it, just to hopefully help it.
Okay. You toss a couple more, and it continues moving forward, still kind of mostly wary of your party, but not really looking all that threatening.
I don't believe we have to worry about this one.
Soul is, like, scrubbing. They can still be invisible, apparently, if they scrub, so they're gonna just start scrubbing the symbols again.
You just see like a rag moving up and down against one of these.
Soapy rag.
Yeah, it's a soapy rag, and it's just moving up and down, and it's just sort of like trying to wear this whatever it is off of these stones. So the wolf will pad ever closer as it's kind of like sniffing and investigating all of you. And then there's like this guttural noise comes from it. It's not quite a bark, and it's not quite a growl.
Oh, Darcy makes those noises.
But it says, "Who are you?"
We are here to hopefully help. The portal seems to be tainted with markings from a diabolical nature, some god of unknown origins.
Soul moves the rag up and down to, like, pretend like it's a knot, and then continues scrubbing.
Markus is just happily scrubbing away.
Druid's gone.
All of them?
Turned.
Is there any way to fix it?
It paws at the ground and sort of like looks down. Makes kind of a whining sound.
Aw.
Is this a male voice or a female voice? Or on, like...
Well, you've never spoke to a wolf, so you don't really know.
I don't really know. Okay.
You don't really know how their voices sound, so...
Androgynous!
It could be either. You don't know.
Soul's gonna kind of speak up. Excuse me.
It's a talking
You're
rag.
not... Like, it just looks crinkled. Like, if Soul wasn't invisible, it would be, like, kind of, like, right next to their chest, and they kind of would curl up into themselves a little bit. Just a question, you're not here to hurt us, are you?
No.
Oh, Soul lets down their invisibility then.
I didn't realize I was muted when you were talking. I was saying you hold the rag like a puppet.
I was hoping you were going to make a puppet out of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Talk with the rag.
Well, they were moving it around enough, so...
It smelled like food.
I don't.
That would be
remember if
Vera's
that
good beetles. They taste like apples.
They do. Are these markings what caused the transformations?
Yes.
Scrub.
How did they get here?
Traveler.
Ooh, you.
Who?
What does this travel look like?
Man.
What did this man look like?
I don't think we're gonna get much out of the wolf.
The wolf
Is
kind of like
he?
turns his head to the side. Man.
Well, we're mostly women, so you're in luck.
Can I dispel magic? Let me dispel magic off this wolf.
What? Why
I'm
would you
thinking-
do that?
I think it is a transformed person. I think
I
it...
don't think it is. Maybe you'll dispel its ability to speak.
Fuck.
I would just leave the wolf alone and not cast anything on it so that we don't seem terrible.
Threatening.
How are we doing on these runes, by the way, as me and Marcus are the scrubbing of them?
You're making
Roger.
progress. I mean, this is going to take a long time to scrub these things
Woo!
down, but you're making progress.
Thankfully, we
Oh.
have our lights up.
Are we safe from the tainted ones at the moment?
It looks around, sniffs the air. For now.
Scrubs faster!
Take us.
If you'd be so kind, I'd like it if you could stay a while. If you let me prepare, I could talk to you more easily.
Druid's hunting. I wait.
They're at the town?
They're at the town?
If they're
Uh-oh.
hunting.
Uh-oh.
Well, we got the ones that went to the town. Maybe
Ooh, don't tell him that.
that might have been them. How many?
How many in total were they?
The wolf kind of like blinks and looks around.
I want to know
Killed.
how many exactly there were in total to see if it's more than the number we killed, at least.
Yeah, exactly.
You get the sense that the wolf doesn't have a good grasp of mathematics.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was like, all right, we're gonna have to wait till the wolf can like communicate language because it doesn't really understand numbers.
I want to keep scrubbing on this so that, like, it can stop whatever's happening, but I have a feeling that, the townsfolk are getting eaten currently.
I
You might
mean,
be able to.
we're too far
Find
away
out.
to really do anything anyways, though.
Yeah, they did.
Dude, oh no, our puppy.
The dog.
I was gonna say she fends them off. I was like, oh no, wait, they're gonna kill our dog.
I hope they don't all die. I want them to build my stuff.
Gosh, I really don't have any spells to make this, like, go faster. Fuck.
Let me see. What do I got?
I do, but I would have to get rid of Archie, and then if someone snuck up on us, it would be bad.
Yes.
So,
That's
Yes,
true.
yes, it would.
so the wolf asks, "You make bad magic go away?"
That's what we're trying to do.
I hope so. Did they try
Through the
this?
power of
Is this
scrubbing.
going to kill us?
Good. Bad magic
Okay.
is bad.
Agreed.
Thank you.
We have a lot of similar thoughts.
Wolfie, do you have a name?
No.
Damn it!
That's a fair answer to that question.
No.
Gunter.
I was hoping for
Thank
a
you.
different answer.
Wait, thank you, though.
I guess so. Soap helped
No, I
it
think
get
his
off.
name is No.
It is now.
So I think we're still scrubbing then.
Yeah, we're all still scrubbing while this conversation is happening.
Yep.
Ooh, is Karis' Skelly Man, like, helping too?
All four of them are helping.
Yay!
Oh my.
Man, I was expecting. I had a variety of expectations for this session, but group janitorial service was not one of them.
I feel like we're on a side quest at the moment.
This is the main quest, baby.
Yeah, this is the main quest, baby.
Vera's was the side quest.
No. Hello, adventurer. Please go scrub my pillars.
Oh, that's what
Whoa, dude, we don't run that kind of game here.
Also,
to tune-
multiple pillars.
You'll have to. What are you, a
It's mind
Klingon?
players, dude. They're fucked up.
fucking a
Is
kidnap
that
people.
kidnap
Am I right?
Beardy, I'd like to look at the markings. What does it look like they're made with?
You're not sure if it's some sort of ink or what. It could be ashes, it could be ink, it could be blood. You don't really know because it's sort of glowing faintly. And when you wash it off, it sort of just turns into like black water.
Markus didn't knowledge Arcana, nat 20.
I mean, typically you would use an ink for this. The standard Arcana, actual like writing of runes and things like that, would either be done as a inlay, like you would actually like dig it out and chisel it in, or you would apply ink to it to add something. This appears to be the ink route. You're just not sure what the ink is made of.
Oh, okay, so it might be some special kind of ink.
Could be, or it could be normal ink. But either way, it's coming off of soap.
Lovette, could I borrow an ink vial if you have any?
Plan not to use out of it, but sure.
I dip my finger in and go to one of the symbols, and I'd like to make a mark through it to make it not whatever symbol it's trying to actually be, and see if that does anything.
Okay.
I'd like to try and basically tamper with whatever soul this is.
Okay.
Wait a minute, hold
Okay,
on.
cool.
Hold on.
All right.
No.
Okay.
Before you do that.
Oh no, that already happened. Oh no.
Oh, man.
Okay. Cool.
That was gonna be me. Damn it.
Oh no, here's what happens. So you are going to change the marking on this one. And this is one that's still active, right? This is not one that you have already scrubbed out.
Yeah.
We were trying not to have it on our
Skin.
I would not do it with my finger then, but I would do it with like cloth of some kind.
Right, but we're talking about one that has not been scrubbed.
The science experiment was to see if it would neutralize it.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
Oh no.
All right. Well, I want you to roll a D100.
Oh no.
A what?
Awesome. Oh, that's so cool.
43.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay.
Nice knowing you.
Stop it!
Everybody gets to have really bad things happen to them, except Markus.
I am a bad thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I am the one
The
who
moral
knows.
of the story is nihilism. It's don't try to make things better, because you can't. Just embrace the shittiness. Just don't worry about it.
I was enjoying washing things for a really long period of time.
No, you weren't. Your character would not. Manual labor? You're kidding me.
They are very happy to get rid of these symbols.
Yes, but manual labor.
That doesn't matter. Not with these.
So, Beardy, still there?
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what happened.
Yeah, I'm consulting a thing, and this isn't looking
Are
good.
we just doing everything early, or...
No.
Vera
This is
so.
Purely-
I'm gonna get a robot arm
We're
now?
finding out
I
that
guess-
Vera is actually secretly an agent of the enemy.
I have
She's
to
been
ask Grow to get you a
conducting all
robot
their
arm
plans
now.
and throwing it off as an accident.
I don't think getting a new arm would be the most hard thing for Malifra to grant me.
Ugh, gross.
That would be sick.
Pretty cool.
Soul would try to
Dude,
find a different solution.
What if you prosthetically attach your scythe to your arm?
okay.
No,
No.
that's stupid.
I don't know. It'd be cool.
All right, I'm going to do something here, and we're going to figure out... All right, 1 second.
Yo.
So, what I need you to do is, firstly, what is Vera's alignment?
My alignment, I believe it is chaotic neutral.
Chaotic neutral. Okay. Okay, well, you have altered the stone in such a way that you've created what is known as a magical mishap. Your random roll determined that what it's going to do is it is a mind-affecting mishap, and what it's going to do is it's going to fuck with your alignment. So that's something. So we need to figure out, we're going to make some random rolls here, and we're going to figure out if you're going to shift in what direction. So the first thing is if you're going to shift on the lawful chaotic axes or the good evil axes. So roll a d4, and if it's odd, it's lawful or chaotic, and if it's even, it'll be good or evil.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll a d4.
A D4.
Yeah, okay. That's the good and evil axes. Oh, shit. Okay, so... oh, I was not expecting this one today. Alright. Basically, this thing has tampered with your brain, and it's going to change your perception of the way you look at the universe in such a way, at least in some degree. So we need to see if this shifts you up or down. Go ahead and roll another d4. Interesting. Okay. You have now gone from being chaotic neutral to chaotic good.
Ooh.
So...
To be fair, I was kind of on the line.
anyways.
Yeah.
So
Well, this just shifted you up to chaotic good.
this may make me a little bit even more remorseful from what I've done.
Yeah,
So.
probably so. So now, if you were sort of on the edge of chaotic good already, then this probably just threw you all the way along the good axes.
Mhm.
So I'll let you deal with that how you will. So before we do this, is this okay?
Yes,
Okay.
this is okay.
Okay, alrighty. So
Is there any way that Vera would react to this, or would it be just something?
I
that
don't
just
know if
happened?
Vera would even realize it.
Okay.
You just might find yourself giving people more chances,
Okay.
or just having it, just a general. It's difficult to say. I mean, I'll leave that up to your role playing,
Yeah. Okay.
but I'll describe what happens in the other channel.
All right.
All right. So
Oh no.
Vera gets some ink on a stick and starts futzing with one of the pillars.
How well does that go for him?
Not well. So what happens is the symbols will like flash all at once and then go dim.
All
and
of
then,
them?
Well, no, just the one Vera was futzing with. It's going to flash, and Vera's going to kind of like stumble back for a second, and then it just goes dim and shuts off. So whatever you did, you shorted it out essentially.
Well, that's good.
All of them that way, or just that one?
Just that one stone.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I guess so. I guess we could just do that then instead of wasting so much time.
Soul puts their hand out in front of Markus and is like, "Wait, Vera, are you okay?"
Just like shakes her head. I think so. Yeah, everything's fine.
Okay. Did that hurt you? You stumbled back. Do you see anything weird?
Everything seems fine. I don't. Did it stop? It's completely like the. It seems
Yeah.
like that stone is deactivated.
Correct. Yeah, that stone is no longer glowing.
I mean, I don't know if the magic's gone or not. We should probably still scrub it down.
Okay.
Should we do that to the others?
I mean, I don't see why not.
Soul goes over and touches Vera's. I'm sure you're okay. Oh, and then like immediately takes their hand back, like scared to touch
I say
her.
Vera probably didn't notice. I think they're just kind of like, everything feels fine.
Okay. Soul curiously puts their hand on Vera's shoulder and kind of just leaves it there.
So what are we using to mark this out? We're not using only my ink.
They kind of like are still a little bit moving around. Just
Okay, so if Soul sees that Vera's slightly uncomfortable, Soul happily takes her hand back and like totters off again.
Can I have my ink back?
Oh, of course.
Sounds
I'll
good.
hand Lovette her ink vial.
I don't have anything to draw with.
I can't write my notes without my ink.
We can buy more ink when we get back.
Well, I might have notes to take before we get back. They might be important. If something happens, if this causes a reaction of some sort, then it would be important to document it.
You wouldn't write the symbols down, though, would you?
I mean, I would need to do that. I don't think.
Why?
I suppose they don't know that I have a collection of the entire alphabet, but enough to use as reference, like I did with Samuel.
I'm not very happy with that to begin with.
Well, it's only as a means to an end. If you say their presence turns out to be dangerous on its own, I can get rid of that page.
And through gritted teeth, I don't know if it's loud enough for Karis to hear, but they're definitely in front of Lovette. So Soul says, well, we could just show them Karis' body instead of having them written down.
Well, I didn't know about that when I wrote them down. And I don't know.
No, we knew
you.
about them since the Gnome Lands.
Yes, I wrote them down in Land's Den.
Yes, so why do you still have them?
Well, first of all, would you want to show people your body every time we need to talk about this?
Soul's expression is very cold. No.
And we don't know that they're dangerous on their own. It might be the application.
Soul's eyes kind of glare a little.
They seem to be quite powerful within the walls of Warren's
That is
room.
true.
And those are just walls, if I am correct.
Any presence of these should be destroyed.
Why, so?
Do you
keep
want
saying
bad
because they are
things
the
to
enemy.
happen?
What does that mean, that they are the enemy?
Do you want the world to end?
No, but what does that mean?
They'll bring it.
Who? The world will bring it?
Those who use this terrible, terrible magic.
Well, we're not using the magic. I'm not using it.
It shouldn't be spread. It should be burned.
I'm not spreading it.
You showed someone.
You telling me you do not trust him?
I don't... Soul gets really quiet. I don't trust a lot of people now. With that, at least.
It is
Because
how you
anyone-
apply knowledge that is good or bad, Sol. The knowledge itself does not have properties like that. Many people use the knowledge I use to make my machines to do terrible things, but then we have Archibald. And there are plenty of elves who would say that the entire art is sacrilegious.
Okay, Soul currently has a blank expression, but isn't looking at you, and is more as so looking at your obsession log.
Kind of tuck it away.
How many pillars are left, by the way?
That's a good question. Let me see here real quick.
I feel like it's Stonehenge.
So that's roughly what this looks like. Like I said, some of them are arches, some of them are just standing stones, but there's a bunch. There's quite a few.
Okay.
And how many do we have left?
I mean, this would take the better part of a day or longer to do by hand.
I guess we just keep going.
And you'd run out of soap before you could finish.
Fuck.
Oh no.
So
Can we just destroy them?
you could try.
Something tells me that they're protected against everything but soap.
So, don't mistake me. I only have these written down so we can have more allies in our fight. We need to let people know what we are fighting against.
Is there any magic coming from where you've written in your notes?
I will use my gauntlet to detect magic and see if there is.
You casting detect magic on them, but not read magic, correct?
I don't think anybody can do that.
I tried. That's how I lost an eye.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. It's a cantrip. Alright, well, you cast detect magic. They're magical runes. Now, you copied them down in, the same sequence they were written in?
Uh-oh.
Right? So you
One
copied
would
down.
assume.
You copied down what was written there. So you basically copied a spell down without knowing what it was or what spell you were copying. So essentially, yes, it is magical, roughly. Now, whether you can use it is a whole different question. But yeah, does it still carry the potential to be magical? Absolutely. Does it function as a spell right now? No.
So I guess the question, I think what we're looking for is if it's emanating.
In the
Right?
obsession log, no, it's not emanating magic.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. Oh.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't care about the answer to the question.
No, I didn't. Yeah, when the symbols are out though, like when Lovette opened it and stuff, Soul wasn't directly looking at the obsession log anymore and is just looking at Lovette's face while she did that.
Gotcha.
They don't like looking. I wonder why. They've been shaking the entire time.
I did not pull the pages out.
You didn't.
Yeah. I just detected to see if it's pointing towards my book, and if it's not, then that's good.
Pointing?
Right. Well, whatever. If I detected magic, the fluff for my detect magic is that I have a little dial on my gauntlet. It's like a compass.
Okay.
Well, I assume that we're still scrubbing.
Yeah. But we're gonna run out of soap.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we do? Go back to the
I was
village
gonna
and
say,
get more
we should
soap?
ask the dog how we would destroy these, or if we can destroy them.
Funny you should mention that because the wolf is smelling the air again
Uh-oh.
and says, "Run."
Peace out. Withdraw.
Aye, aye.
Hopefully we did something positive.
All right, so
Yeah.
you the party begins to beat feet to get the fuck out of there.
Do we want to? I thought we want to stop them.
Oh, all right. What do you want to do?
I was gonna run.
I think it's probably best if we run.
Man, every time I think we're
casted
gonna run, we
invisibility.
fight, and every time I think we're gonna fight, we run.
We are in a kill box, as they call it.
We don't have any idea how many there are.
No, but if we...
I'm running.
The wolf
Should I put
doesn't
away
have-
Archie? Are we gonna run? If we put run, then I'm gonna summon a monster instead of Archibald, because that can distract them and I can run away. But I don't want to leave him behind.
Why don't you just have him run with us?
Well, I can, but they could distract. That could help buy us time.
I think
Well, they don't.
Last time.
I think that's a bad idea.
Yeah, I think
But
that's a bad idea.
It's up to you.
Terrible idea.
Why?
Because then we don't have a tank.
All right, fine. If we're not fighting, then we don't need them. But fine.
No, but
Just in case they catch up to us because they're probably faster than us.
Okay,
way
let's go.
faster. We're in a kill box right now. We are not well defended. I think we need
I think
to
we could be
beat
pretty
feet.
well defended here.
Beat feet out of there.
All right. So you guys run off. I'm guessing in the direction of town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You run off in the direction of town, and you hear in the distance howling of wolves
In the direction of town or behind us?
behind you guys. So somewhere from the south or west, you hear the howling of wolves. Lots of them, and
I'm
You
gonna
guys-
activate. Wait, let me just double check.
I don't think that would work.
tongues?
Because it doesn't affect animals, right?
But they're lichens.
It's just howls.
That
They're not really like talking to each other.
I didn't know if they got close enough for us that I could talk and let.
Talk to them. I see.
Like it's 10 minutes per level, so.
Yeah. But you'd also
Just
have
in
to
case.
stop. You also have to stop running to cast it, so it's up to you.
God damn.
And also, it get rid of your invisibility.
It would?
I assume,
Yes.
right?
It just says it on the bottom, like,
Right.
thus
While we're
an
playing.
invisible being can open doors, talk, eat, climb stairs, summon monsters, and have them attack, cut the ropes holding a rope bridge while enemies are on the bridge, remotely trigger traps, open portillos to release attack dogs, and so forth.
So the only thing that can stop it is an attack. Then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, aggressive actions break it. But I like that they specified cutting the ropes of a rope bridge. I guarantee you
That was an
that
argument.
argument happened. That situation took place, and there was an argument about that probably ended friendships.
I mean, let's be honest. That is kind of an attack, right?
Right, exactly.
Whoa!
That's
Oh shit! Argument's not over.
Welcome. We are D&D and D&D law firm.
Yeah, we'll a rule lawyer for you.
Rules lawyer law firm. Fuck though. I didn't know you could summon monsters while invisible. That's actually pretty useful. Fuck.
Alright, so as you guys are running back to the town, you hear wolves behind you at your feet, and that is where we're going to have to close for the evening. Thanks for listening. As always, special thanks to Protagonist for the theme music, and Emily Roll for Fantasy for this episode's soundtrack. Please leave a like or subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and leave a comment if you have any suggestions. Until next time.